Here today with an extremely important issue that affects the farmers of Karnataka. BJP has crushed. No problem. We'll wait again, start again. You take your time. But you tell me whenever media is ready, then I'll say. No problem. Take your time. I am not in a hurry or I am not impatient. Okay? No disturbance now? Fine. Namaskara, we are here today with an important issue that affects the farmers of Karnataka. Modi government and the Bharatiya Janata Party are crushing the farmers of Karnataka, collapsing the markets, and resultantly, Karnataka's tur dal producing farmers have suffered an annual loss of 1,550 crores on account of Modi government's policies of tur dal import. There are three or four facets and facts that I want to place before you. Karnataka and Maharashtra are two states which produce 50% of the tur dal production of India. So half is produced in rest of India, half is produced in Karnataka as also in Maharashtra alone, up to Latur. So whether it is Bidar, whether it is Kalburgi, whether it is Raichur and up to Latur, the entire India's tur dal production is done. Since 14th of August 2019, Kalburgi tur dal now has a GI tag also, geographical indicator tag, which makes the tur dal produced in Karnataka unique in its own way across the world. What is BJP doing? They are betraying the farmers. How? In 2024-25, that is last year, the MSP of tur dal was 7,550 rupees per quintal. This year in 2025-26, as the farmer is about to start, sowing tur dal, which will be harvested sometimes in January 26 now, the MSP has been fixed at 8,000 rupees per quintal. But what is actually happening? In 24-25, Karnataka's farmer had to sell his tur dal, her tur dal at 5,500 to 6,000 per quintal, suffering a loss of 1,550 per quintal. In 24-25, we in Karnataka produced 10 lakh quintal of tur dal. If each farmer suffered a loss of minimum 1550 per quintal, the total loss suffered in 24-25 alone comes to 1,550 per quintal. Sorry, 1,550 crore to the farmers. Even the Commission on Agriculture Cost and Prices, CACP, which determines the MSP, they have noted in their latest report of 25-26 that Congress government of Karnataka led by Shri Siddharamaiah, we have demanded that the cost of tur dal farmer in Karnataka is rupees 11,032 rupees per quintal, and we have demanded an MSP of 16,548 per quintal. Yet, Government of India has only fixed a price of 8,000 per quintal, betraying the farmers of Karnataka as also of Maharashtra and rest of the country. The problem actually lies. Modi government is persecuting, prosecuting, discriminating against the pulses producing farmers of Karnataka in India. And the reason for that is MSP, minimum support price, has become illusory. It is not being given. The Agriculture Ministry has now uploaded the data of procurement up to 2022-23. I am not saying from my own side. It is BJP government's, Modi government's data uploaded by Agriculture Ministry. According to them, we farmers in India in 22-23 produced 276 lakh tons of pulses. 276 lakh tons. How much did Modi government buy? 1,20,000. That means 274 lakh tons was not procured only. If you don't procure at MSP, why announce MSP? This itself will become illusory. This is the problem that is happening to the tur dal farmers. I think it is called pigeon pea in English, right? Pigeon pea farmer in India, in Karnataka. The second part is even more sinister. You will be shocked what Prime Minister Modi, BJP is doing. And that is, they are promoting farmers of Mozambique. They are promoting farmers of Myanmar. They are promoting farmers of Australia and Canada and denying price to farmers of Karnataka and India. How? I want to now tell you. Since 15th of May 2021, please, yeah, don't do it. Yeah.
Just keeping them.
I can start again if you want.
No.
Please, sir. Thank you, sir.
Since 15th of May 2021, import of tur dal has been made duty free by Prime Minister Modi and his government. So you can import tur dal from any other country in the world without paying a single rupee of duty. For 5 years now, import of tur dal is duty free. What is the latest notification? Latest notification that has been issued was issued on 20th January 25 this year, and they have made import of tur dal free up to 31st March 2026. So you don't need India's farmers. You don't need Kalburgi's farmer. You don't need Bidar's farmer. You don't need Raichur's farmer. You don't need Latur's farmers. You need farmers of Mozambique because you want to import dal from there. And that's why the data is shocking. In 2022-23, Modi government imported 24,90,000 tons of pulses from abroad, from foreign countries. Next year in 23-24, it increased by 100%. They imported 48 lakh tons of pulses from abroad. 24-25, it increased further. Now they have imported 67 lakh tons from abroad. Then what will India's farmers do? Why are we growing pulses? You want to get all the pulses from outside. One more thing they've done, and that you will be shocked. Prime Minister Modi and BJP has entered into a MOU, Memorandum of Understanding with Mozambique, saying you produce tur dal and other pulses and we will import from you. So they have entered into an agreement to import every year pulses from Mozambique. And what are its details? You will be shocked. 2 lakh tons or any other amount that they grow will be imported by Government of India. Why not from Kalburgi? Why not from Bidar? Why not from Raichur? Why not from Latur? You are promoting farmers of Myanmar and Mozambique, but not Indian farmer. This is a clear cut. This is not economic sabotage. This is much more. One more thing I want to bring to your notice, and I'll send you the data. It is not about tur dal alone. All other types of pulses and products, they are importing from foreign countries. and they are killing our farmers. And I am giving you a larger pattern of what is happening. I am sending you all the data. If this is the way you are going to deal with our farmers, then how are farmers going to survive? 1,550 crore, please remember this figure, is the loss on account of non-giving of MSP to farmers of Karnataka alone. Who is going to be held responsible? Why should union ministers from Karnataka stay as ministers even for a single day? What is Prahlad Joshi ji doing? What is Mr. Somanna doing? What is the self-styled champion of farmers, who is now an MP from Mandya and a union heavy industry minister, doing? Why do you call yourself a farmer even? How can Mr. Deve Gowda's party even stay united in power with BJP when farmers are being prosecuted, persecuted, discriminated and betrayed in this fashion? And why should MPs of BJP from Karnataka not resign along with their union ministers immediately when farmers of Karnataka are being discriminated in this sinister fashion by the union BJP government, despite a plea by Siddaramaiah government to give a higher MSP and procure at MSP? These are some of the questions we raise. We'll send you all the details. Any questions? You're welcome to ask. Union ministers, both state government, I will come to that. Union ministers are quiet because they are hankering for power. Whether it is ministers of the BJP or of their ally party, both have to stay in power somehow. They don't care about the farmers. As far as government of Karnataka is concerned, I have pointed out to you, we have given this in writing. We have pleaded our case before the CACP, the appropriate authority which decides MSP. We have gone and represented before them and said in Karnataka, tur dal production cost is 11,032 rupees per quintal. So give 16,548 per quintal. But Government of India neither decides the MSP correctly nor even gives the MSP that they declare. Have they given 7,550 per quintal? No. Have they purchased at 7,550 per quintal? No. Are they going to give 8,000 per quintal that they have announced? The answer is probably no again. We'll know in January 2026 and I'll talk to you again. So our demand is procure every single grain of crop produced by farmers of Karnataka as also rest of the country.
Sir, Mr. Tejasvi Surya saying, criticizing your government, saying Karnataka is becoming ATM for the Congress and command and it has become bankrupt. It doesn't have any capacity to pay the truck owners, that's why they are protesting. What is your reply to Mr. Tejasvi?
First of all, please ask him to answer why did he get humiliated in United States of America? Why did he get so badly humiliated that he got himself insulted and he insulted the country also by accepting that insult? He needs to first answer that.
Sir, Vijayaka made a statement that there is an agenda behind your state visit. What do you want to reply?
The agenda behind state visit, I have explained, my friend, last time also, is to understand from our legislators how are the Congress government guarantees working in their respective assembly constituencies. What further improvements need to be done, whether their district and taluka guarantee committees are able to reach out to people and settle their grievances or not. What have our legislators done in shape of helping the people and public development in 2 years? What more should they be doing? And how should the government and party assisting them? also what is the status of organizational preparedness in their respective assembly constituencies.
Sir, before meeting you, Honorable Surjewala ji, B.R. Patil and Raju Kage have brought out so many issues regarding this government. So after meeting you also, they have come out and spoken to the media persons, complaining about the same thing what has been given to you in terms of the speech or the letter written to the CM. So what action you have taken and what action are you planning to do it? Now if we see today, already DCM is in Delhi. Tomorrow the CM is, and you are saying that there is nothing happening here. So how do you address this?
You asked three questions actually. Let me
Yeah.
try and answer one by one. And I sometimes forget when you ask too many questions. There is no bar on my chief minister and deputy chief minister from traveling to Delhi. Last when I checked, there is no injunction or stay. So for government work and for pleading our case before Government of India, they often travel to Delhi, and they should be traveling and trying to persuade with all our might the Government of India to not discriminate against and not give stepmotherly people to people of treatment to people of Karnataka. And that's what they are doing. It is their duty, and they are doing their duty. As far as our MLAs are concerned, many MLAs can have issues and problems. I've told them to give me in writing. We are settling them one by one. There.
Sir,
Can you just
some of
explain
the
what
MLAs, some of the
settlements are
MLAs,
there?
despite you and the KPCC chief, telling them clearly any internal issues you have come to us, openly continue to make statements. Even today, Mr. C.P. Yogeshwar has made another statement again, talking about leadership change, Iqbal Hussain. So these people continue to make it, and show cause notice was also issued. Why does this continue to
My
happen?
PCC president has already taken note of the same. As far as leadership issues are concerned, I spoke to you last week along with the PCC president, who is also deputy chief minister. Whatever we had to say on that issue, we have already spoken. Somebody can have a desire, like a journalist can have a desire to become the editor, but it is ultimately the owner of the television channel who will pick up an editor. So all I'm saying is we have already spoken. I don't think so that's an issue any longer.